Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm not going to do a lot of talking in the beginning. I'll put that at the end of the video. Today I'm prepping a quarter panel, or you can call them patch panels, replacement panels for a 1966 Bronco. And I'm just going to show you how I like to prep the panels. There's 1,000 ways to skin this cat, so don't get too wound up. This is just the way I like to do it. First off, we primed the vehicle before the quarters were removed. So I was able to see everywhere that my painter had mixed when he was laying primer down. So all this is just rattle can. It just gives some sort of protection once the panel's on there. And then I've also loosely fit the panel so I know where my 1/4 inch spot weld holes need to be. I ran them all the way down the side. Whenever you're drilling into sheet metal, put some wood underneath it so you're not bending it once you finally punch through. I like to run 1/4 inch holes. Some people run bigger, some people run smaller. It's all in preference. I've found the 1/4 inch holes work the best for me. And then I also know on this front face here, I need them to run all the way up. Well, no, that's the rear face, sorry. So I also know on this rear face, I need them to run all the way down the panel, because on the tail light panel, it has to attach right here. And then on the front, I know I need my spot welds just on the lower end. Because it needs to attach it behind the rocker. And up here, I'll just punch the holes in the panel, mating them. That way I don't gotta worry about nothing here. So that's about the gist of it on the panels. On the vehicle side, once again, this was primed, so I was able to see everywhere my painter missed. And once he was priming it, he missed about right in here. So I left this little extra, so once we undercoat it, it looks nice. You know, not only is it protected, but it also looks nice. The undercoating will kind of be able to blend into here, and granted, you'll never see it, but if you do look up in the wheel wells, you won't just see, oh, there's this spot of primer back in the back. And then I cleaned off all the old panel and masked everywhere that I have to spot weld. I masked all that off before I sprayed any of this, that way no paint is in between my weld and the material. And then I went through and weld through primered everywhere that I'm going to be welding. Another useful thing is using POR 15 or some sort of rust converter on any spots that just have a little bit of surface rust or that aren't even ever going to get painted or primed, like the inside of this rocker. So on the inside of the rocker panel, you can see I masked off here and I masked off there, and that is all rust seal. We use rust seal here, but that way once I put this rocker panel on, that's never going to rust out from the inside. It may rust from the outside, but I know my work is solid. It's never going to have an issue as long as the vehicle's alive. And then in here, I just used rattle can because the POR is really meant to go on old metal. It's not necessarily meant to go on new metal, but the rattle can will keep a protectant in there. And then again, you can see I masked off on all the spots that I got to weld and did weld through primer. Do you ever feel burnt out halfway through the day and you don't want to drink coffee in the middle of the day because it's already hot, you don't want to be hotter? You're not a fan of tea. Energy drinks really make you just shaky and crazy. I got some for you. Here's how my days go. All right, at 7 a.m. we got archery practice. Then at 10 o'clock we have to go get a trailer. From 10 to 3 we have to get this trailer unloaded and get everything put in the storage unit. Okay, from 3 to 9 we gotta have enough energy to deal with all the family stuff. All right, 9 o'clock it's bedtime. We gotta get showered, we gotta enjoy a little bit of time with the wife, and bam, time to go to sleep. I use this drink mixing powder made by Dubby Energy. They list every single ingredient that's in there. You're never gonna find an energy company that does that. They are a small business. They're not some big corporation that just puts a ton of chemicals in there. Their flavors are phenomenal. They have fast shipping and they always have really good deals on prices. You're gonna save probably, if I remember right, you're gonna save about 20 to 30 bucks a week if you get the name brand energy drinks daily. This is going to save you money. They also have hydration packets, they have energy packets, even now selling it in cans, so you don't even have to mix it yourself. Use my code CASTEnergy10 to save 10% off your order. So that's pretty much the gist of it. It's punch some holes, make sure you're prepped. The weld-through primer that comes on most of these really causes a lot of splatter and it's not very good. So I always clean the weld through that comes on the panels off. I like to use this stuff a lot more. You always want to have weld through primer on any point where your panels are mating up, like pretty much anything you're going to spot weld. That way after you spread your seam sealer, no condensation gets in between there. And the little bit of condensation that does, it doesn't rust through the weld through primer. It gives you a lot more years before the metal starts to deteriorate. So this is the talking portion. Welcome to the channel, first of all. Secondly, we all gotta start somewhere. There's no real right way to do this regardless of what anyone tells you. It really depends on the end product. You know, if you take a very unconventional way and achieve a great end product, then the journey doesn't matter, as long as it looks good once you're done. So don't let nobody get in your head. There's 1,000 ways to skin this cat. I'm just starting the channel, so like, subscribe, comment any future ideas that you want us to do. I guess not necessarily us, but more me. I work at a custom car shop. We got Ranchero, Bel Air, 54 Ford, Jeep, Mercury. There's even a Pantera over in the corner. We got all kinds of customer vehicles. Next week, I'm going to be showing how I put vehicles on our frame rack. I guess not really frame rack, but frame table. I'm putting my personal Datsun 620 on there, so follow along for that. I plan on uploading weekly to the best of my abilities. Things get busy, but that's the goal for the moment. At about 10,000 followers, I'm going to start looking into a vehicle giveaway for either a struggling single mother, a domestic abuse victim that needs to get out of the situation they're in and needs a vehicle in order to do so for whatever reason, or really just someone that is in need of a vehicle and has a valid reason as to why they can't acquire one. I'm either going to be giving away my 1989 S10 Blazer. It'll be lifted about 3 inches on 33s, so it's not really the best mom vehicle, but we'll see what plays out, because I still got to figure a lot of stuff out in that realm as far as the giveaway and everything goes. Ideally, maybe a GMT 800 Tahoe, like 03 to 06 Tahoe. Maybe I can find one of them to give away. But we'll see what comes of that. But that's kind of the goals.